Muted. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. So I am so excited to chat with you guys about this tonight, and it's been a while since I've done a call with people about how to go area. And I was thinking about it this morning, and I was like, you know what? There's so many new people in on my team and in our region. I don't know that any of you guys have ever sat in on a call where we've talked about how to go area. So that's why I'm super excited to share this with you guys. And what I'm going to do when we get off of here tonight is I'm actually going to share a SoundCloud with you. If you don't know what SoundCloud is yet, it's a free app that you can download on your phone. And there's tons and tons and tons and tons of Arbonne trainings. But there's a specific SoundCloud called Area Manager Making Machine. And so I remember listening to this call not too long ago. I mean, it hasn't even been a year yet. Kelly, it may have been right before you joined the business. And we were focusing on, how to help people start their business and set their sights on becoming an area manager right out of the gate. And so I want to apologize to you guys because I know old habits die hard. And in the last, few months or recent months, we've kind of went back to, okay, this is how you get in qualification for area at 2,500 or district at 2,500, and this is how you finish district. And the focus hasn't been as much on area. And so I apologize for that. I take the blame for that. I'm going to pass this call out to you guys whenever we hop off of this tonight. But I just want to kind of bring it back to where we were probably this time last year, maybe even a little bit before that, and just helping people to see that becoming an area manager is not this huge, horrible, horrific, scary thing that happens in your life. And I can tell you guys that from experience because I've done it myself. And I know Kelly's on the call right now and she's in qualification for area. And I can promise you guys, even though she went to bed really excited the night that she realized she was in qual for area, she's still the same person. She didn't wake up the next day and magically transform or morph into this weird thing. She's still Kelly, right? And so sometimes we really psych ourselves out in our heads and think that, becoming an area manager is this big, crazy, unobtainable thing. And so I really just want to start there and let you guys know that anybody can become an area manager. And so if you're tuning in right now, and your web stats or your team reports say 0 and you haven't sold anything for the month, which is quite probable since we're only at April 5th, or maybe you're just a brand new consultant. Maybe you are at the point where you've never even sold a mascara. And trust me, guys, I remember being there. I remember sitting down with Kim Ford when I started this business and we mapped out going district. And I remember thinking, whew, Lord, that's a lot. I mean, I've never even sold a mascara. And I remember being so overwhelmed by that. So it doesn't matter if you're listening to this call right now as a brand new consultant in qualification for district, already a district manager, or if you're already in qualification for area, because every single one of you guys can be doing first step area this month. And I really want to talk about the secret keys to unlocking that door to becoming an area manager. And I think that it's really funny because every time that I've promoted in my business, people will private message me on Facebook or they'll reach out to me on Voxer and they'll say, hey, what is it that you're doing? Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And you guys, the secret keys to unlocking the door to area are the same things as going district. So right out of the gate, you guys have heard me talk about this before. We have to focus on parties and people, right? But unfortunately, in the last few months, I think we've been kind of more focused on parties and booking our 8-group presentations, and there's been less of a focus on people. And so you guys, when I revisited this call that spurred all of this on a few months ago, I thought, oh my gosh, we have to put a bigger emphasis on people joining your business. And so I know that I have personally goal set with you guys and talked to you all about verbiage on how to book parties, but we don't necessarily always talk about specific verbiage on how to talk to people about the business. And you guys, that's really where the shift has to happen. The key to becoming, hang on. Okay, sorry about that. We have a +1 joining me now. So the secret sauce to becoming an area manager is putting a bigger emphasis and a bigger focus on talking about the business. And so I was thinking in my head, I was like, okay, and I'm going to give you guys some verbiage about talking to people about the business. But I was thinking in my head, what holds us back from sharing this business opportunity with people? And so you guys can feel free to chime in, but some of the things that I wrote down on why we don't talk to people about the business in our first month, so when we're a brand new consultant, why we're not speaking about the business as much as we are the products or as much as we are hosting presentations. And I think honestly, remembering back to when I was a new consultant, I think sometimes we have that feeling of, oh, well, I just don't want her to think that I'm being pushy. Oh, I don't want so-and-so to think that I'm being too pushy. Another thing that I thought of was we're like, oh gosh, I don't know how to talk about the business. And so we shy away from it because we think in our head, well, if I open my mouth and start talking about the business, what in the world am I going to say? I'm a brand new consultant, right? A lot of us, start to think those things in our head. And the other thing that I wrote down is that sometimes you just don't have enough belief in the business yet. And so I think that those are the three most common reasons why we don't share the business opportunity. So we don't want to be pushy. We don't know how to talk about the business. And then honestly, we don't believe. And what I mean by that is I'm sure all of you guys on this call right now are like, yeah, I believe in Arbonne. I'm on the call. But I want you to ask yourself if you believe in you. Because I know from talking to you guys and goal setting with you guys and meeting you all for the first time at parties or, on the phone or whatever, we can all kind of get into our own heads a little bit and think, yeah, I can see myself as a district manager, but I don't know that region and nation is really possible. And that's what I mean by we don't believe in the business, because you guys, if you can become a district manager, you can become a national vice president. And I'm going to show you guys how to get to area. So it really is a focus on talking about the business. That really is it. And I was talking to someone earlier today, and just know, you guys, it's a common thing in this business. You're going to look at your calendar, not just this month, but the next month and the next month, and then you'll have a really good month. And then a few months from now, one of the common themes that I see reoccurring in all leaders at all stages of the business is, I just don't quite have a full calendar. Maybe I have 6, but I don't have 8, or maybe I have 4, but I need 4 more. And so I want you guys to know that I've experienced those same things, but the difference is, and the difference that I've noticed in my business, I always talk about the business first. And so I may only have, 4 personal parties on my calendar at the beginning of the month, but I have 3 or 4 people that are launching their business. And so, and I've found this common when I'm talking to Beth, and I'm like, gosh, Beth, I've got people that'll host for me, but I was talking to them about the business and now they just want to do the business. And you know what, you guys, that's a really good problem to have. It's a really good problem to have when you're leading with the business and you're talking about the business first, because think about this. If you're speaking to someone about the business we'll go there next, but if you're speaking to someone about the business, you're automatically going to get a business builder, you're automatically going to get a group presentation book, and you're automatically going to get sales, right? So why not start with the business? So for example, if you go in with a party, or if you go in with the products, and sometimes that's really common for us as new consultants, right? We call them, we're like, oh my gosh, did you know there's dead roadkill in your products? You have to hear about Arbonne. And we get so excited about that. And they automatically, you didn't purposely do anything wrong, but that receiving person automatically feels like, oh, no, that's okay, Katie. I really like the makeup that I already use. I've been using my makeup for 20 years, And so they kind of get on the defense because they don't really want to change the products that they're using. But if you would have called and you would have said, hey, I just started this new business, and I know that you guys have been saying how you could really use some extra money, and I totally thought of you. This is right up your alley. You would be perfect for what it is that I do. And you start with the business, and they're like, yeah, no, I really just don't have time for something like that. I'm just not a people person. If somebody tells me they're not a people person, I'm like, okay, who's next? They're like, oh, I'm not a people person. I'm not sure why she's knocking on my door again. If they say I'm not a people person, then you can say, you know what, that's no big deal. I'm actually looking for 8 people to help me meet some new people this month. Would you be willing to grab 3 or 4 people together so that I can come over and pamper you guys? So I took it from the business to hosting. And then if she's like, well, I don't know, I don't really have time for that, yada, 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 they give you your excuses. Then I'll take it from hosting a party to a one-on-one, and I'll say, oh my gosh, it's totally fine. Hey, if you just have 20 minutes free, I can swing by one day after work and just color match you. So then I take it from the business to a party to a one-on-one. And if she still says no to that, I'm like, listen, Katie, I totally get it. You're so swamped. Why don't I just drop you some samples in the mail? So I went from talking about the business to booking a group presentation. Let me just swing by and chat with you one-on-one to how about I drop some samples in the mail, right? I mean, that is the way that I work this business in my head. And I don't feel like I've done a very good job of conveying that to you guys. So again, my apologies. But start with the business first. And so really what I want to help you guys do on this call tonight is I really want to help empower you and give you the confidence that there is to talk about the business, or the confidence that you need to talk about the business. So first off, I don't want to be pushy. Let's just address that. Here's the thing, you guys. When I was introduced to Arbonne, I had been prospected for multiple different network marketing companies. I had rolled my eyes and was super rude about all the other things that people had prospected me about before. I had 3 jobs. I had 2 kids. I was pregnant with my 3rd baby. My husband worked full-time and he was in school full-time. So that girl could have very easily not prospected me or felt like I don't want to be too pushy or whatever. But you guys, I think about my life and the mess that it was in, the disarray that it was in at that time. And I think, what if she would have not brought it up to me because she didn't want to be too pushy or she didn't want to overwhelm me? You guys, I would still be working 3 jobs. Think about that. Maybe you're holding yourself back because you're like, oh gosh, I don't know, like I don't want to be too pushy. But that person who looks like they have it all together, I mean, my friends are like, Whitney, I don't know how you do it all. Like, that's so awesome. That's so amazing. I'm like, what's so amazing about this? I'm dying over here. Like, this is not anything to celebrate, right? So what if she would have said, oh gosh, I don't want to be too pushy. Whitney's just super busy. Like, if she wants it, she'll come to me. What if she would have said that, you guys? I would not be in this business today. You guys would not be in this business today. So don't ever feel like you're being too pushy with someone, because the opportunity that we have above all else, above our amazing RA9 anti-aging skincare, above our life-changing transformation 30 days to healthy living program, the business opportunity is the best. It's the best. It's the creme de la creme. It's the most amazing thing that we have. Why? Because it changes lives. Yes, it's going to change your skin. Yes, it's going to change your health. Yes, it's going to change your pocketbook. But you're also going to be able to change the lives of others. And so just knowing that truth and believing that, you guys, I have compared our compensation plan to others. Nobody else's compensation plan even comes close to what we have. In other network marketing companies, I've met people who have been involved for years and have never promoted, or have never been in qualification. And I've also met people who don't even know how to promote with their current compensation plan, and they end up spending more money than they make. And you guys know all of those things to be not true with Arbonne. Our compensation plan is the best. This is the only place where you can teach someone how to come in and start making right now money. That's incredible. And so I want you guys to be proud about that and just have, just know the facts, know that this is the best of the best, and be confident there. The other thing is you don't know how to talk about the business. So people say that all the time. I don't know how to talk about the business. I need you there. I need you there. No, you do not. You do not need me there to help you talk about the business. And this is where I want to give you guys some nuts and bolts to write down. So in verbiage, because we're all big verbiage people, and I have given you guys verbiage, I think until I'm blue in the face, about how to book group presentations. But let's talk about asking someone into your business. Again, you guys, it's not rocket science, but this is the key that is going to unlock success in your business. It's asking people to take a look at your business. So if I were asking someone to take a look at my business, I would first use an icebreaker. So that's bullet point number 1. Number 1, use an icebreaker. My icebreaker is usually something like, hey, I know that I do Arbonne. If you're a brand new consultant, it may be something like, hey, this may be the strangest question that you get all day. So just think of something to break the ice, right? If it's someone obviously that doesn't know that you do Arbonne, hey, this may be the strangest question that you're going to get today. The second bullet point to asking someone to take a look at this business is to briefly tell them why you started. So, for example, one of the reasons why I started this business was because I had 3 jobs. So I would say, oh, girl, I know that you know that I do Arbonne. And honestly, I have 3 jobs right now. Like, I am so sick and tired of working three jobs, 12-hour shifts. I'm really just doing this so that I can make enough money to not have to work 3 jobs. So briefly, a little snippet into why you're doing this business. If your why, and I know a lot of people say, oh, my why is to pay off debt. You have to be specific and say, girlfriend, I have got a $10,000 credit card that I have got to pay off. This is my only way out. Like, give them a little snippet of why you're doing this business. The third bullet point is to pay them a compliment. Pay them a compliment. Now, you guys, I've heard lots of different things and lots of different things work. So I'm going to talk about 2 different approaches. In prospecting people and asking people to take a look at this business, it's kind of like dating a little bit. Whenever you're thinking about who it is that you want to date or who it is that you want to prospect, sometimes your heart races and you start to sweat a little bit. And this is a true story. And your mind just starts flooding with all these thoughts and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to say. So instead of saying something, you say nothing. So if that happens to you, remember these words. I want you to know that you would be absolutely amazing. That's simple. If you don't know what to say, just say, I want you to know you would be absolutely amazing. You can say that if you've got sweat pouring from your armpits, if you are just at a loss of words, you have no idea how to approach them, just say that they would be amazing, right? Who doesn't want to hear that? Who doesn't want to hear that they would be amazing at this, right? Now, what will work better is if you can find something to specifically compliment them on and saying like, things like, for example, this one girl that I know, I'm like, seriously, your makeup is always flawless. Like, your makeup looks absolutely amazing. Like, I need to take lessons from you. I think you would be absolutely amazing at this. It could be saying something like, you work so hard with all those different jobs that you have, and you work so hard to provide for your family and your husband. I know that you would be absolutely amazing at this. So finding something specifically that you can identify in them is going to work better. So that's bullet point number 3. And then bullet point number 4 on asking someone to take a look at this business is using this verbiage, and get really good at this verbiage. If I, would you? And I want you guys to all think back to a time, and I'm looking on here. Melissa, I don't know if I did with Kara. There's somebody between Kara. Jennifer, Katie, Kelly, Holly. You guys probably remember the day that I sent you a text and said, hey, if I send you a quick little video, would you check it out? Right? If I, would you? I do that to everybody. If I, would you? And I know that in the beginning when I first started doing that, it seemed a little weird and it didn't seem like me at all. But now after doing that for over a year, in my business, it comes very natural. It's like the first thing that I say out of my mouth. Oh, if I send you a little video, would you check it out? So make that a part of your verbiage if it's not a part of your verbiage already, but also know that that can be tweaked to upcoming events that we have. So this is a really good way to prepare for Discover Arbonnes in your local area. And instead of saying, if I send you a little video, would you check it out? It would be something like, hey, if I send you an invitation to a meeting that we have on Thursday night, do you think that you would be able to come? And so it's kind of one of those, like, you have the carrot and you're dangling the carrot a little bit, because sometimes I think that we get really excited and we automatically send that invite out to like 20 people and we're like, hey, this is in your area, come, right? And then they look at their phone like, whoa, like, what is this? I didn't even know anything about this. So make sure that you kind of give a little and then take it back, and it leaves the ball in their court. And that's the secret sauce, you guys, is asking someone to take a look at your business with those 4 bullet points. And I want to give you guys peace of mind, because I said, a lot of people don't talk about the business because they feel like they don't know how. Guess what? You don't have to know how, because whatever video you're sending them is doing the work for you. So once again, network marketing for the win. Where else can you go to sleep and get paid while your business is working while you're sleeping? And where else can you send a little video and that do the work for you while you're cooking dinner or while you're driving on the road? The video does the work. You send them a video of your direct regional vice president or national vice president, or just a fun little video of some sideline somewhere, and that video is doing all the work for you. That video is expanding their vision for you. So you may be petrified and don't even know how you're going to get to area manager, but that video is painting that vision for that new person for you. And it's helping them to see where this could be a fit for them in their life as you're perfecting yourself in the process. Guys, this is the only place where you can work as an intern and get paid as a boss, right? This is the only place that you can do that. So just having confidence in sharing this business with people and knowing that the video is going to do all the talking. And you guys, I don't care if you have been in this business for a year or longer, or if you've been in this business for just 30 days. I want every single one of you guys to know that I still do 3-way phone calls with Beth Gallardi, which is our executive national vice president. I will text her. I will send someone a video. If I send you a quick little video, would you check it out? And then if they say yes, if they say, I think I have more questions, I'm like, okay, great. Hey, would you be willing to hop online and meet one of the ladies that I work with? She's my really good friend. She's been my Arbonne mom and mentor in this business. I would love for you to meet her. That's the way that I word it. I would love for you to meet her. And think about it. I've probably done that with all of you guys. That's just my system. That's what I do. But that's what you need to be doing too, because you're using third-party validation. And again, you don't have to have all the words, because now you've got a sponsor on there who's been in the business longer than you, and they're going to know how to take it from there. And still, as a regional vice president to this day, I do those same exact things when I bring people into my business. So how many of you guys feel much more confident now in talking to people about the business versus thinking that you've got to have it all figured out and you have to have all the answers? Doesn't that make you feel good, knowing that you don't have to have those things? Sorry, I don't know why my computer just went dim all of a sudden. There we go. But doesn't that feel good to know that you don't have to have all the answers? So some of the other things, you guys, that are going to help you really start to focus on becoming an area manager. And some of you guys just joined this business for an extra $500. And you know what? If that's you, that's fine. But I want you to know, the moment you start sharing this business opportunity with people, this business can quickly evolve into you becoming an area manager, and you can replace what you're making at your 9-to-5 job or your 12-to-12 job really quickly, all by sharing the business opportunity. And you guys, I think about that, and the business opportunity is what people are starving for. People are trying to figure out how they're going to pay off their credit cards, how they're going to save up for their next vacation, how they're going to make their next mortgage payment, how they're going to get out from this job that they have that they hate driving to work to every single day. People are dying for this business. They just don't quite know that it's Arbonne. And so it's just our job to use the tools that I just gave you guys, to help them to see that this may or may not be a fit for them. And if it's not a fit for them, that's totally okay. And I want you guys to know too, early on in your business, some of the first people that you talk to are your close friends and family. And sometimes they can get the mentality that they need to do this for you. And it's okay to say, hey, listen, Katie, I want you to know that I absolutely want you to do this because I know that you and your husband, would really love the extra income. And I know that you don't want to work at your job forever. But I also want you to know that my business is going to move forward even if you don't do this. So please do not feel like that my success is setting on you saying yes or no, because it's not. But I would love to help you if this is something that you want for your family and for your life. Think about that, you guys. That's kind of like blunt, but I said it really kind of sweet, because I don't ever want someone to think that they're going to make or break my business, because they're not. You guys, one person is not going to make or break your business. So whether you ask someone to take a look at your business and they say yes or they say no, guess what? Shrug your shoulders and say, one person's not going to make or break my business. I'm good. There's a ton of people out there who need this business opportunity. Some of the other things that are going to help you shift your mindset is to stop thinking district manager qual or district manager. Just kind of banish that word from your vocabulary and start thinking area qual, area qual, area qual, area qual. And instead of focusing on the number, because sometimes we can get bogged down by the number, just focus on who you know that needs this. And you guys, we all know people who need this. We all know people who would be fabulous at this. Maybe they don't necessarily scream that they need it, but they would be fabulous at it. So get really good at asking people to take a look at the business. And I never really realized this before until I was having a conversation with someone earlier today. And I said, think about how many, and I'm guilty of this, guilty as charged. Think about how many times you've reached out to people about hosting or about buying an ASVP pack and kind of like be adding those numbers up in your head versus how many phone calls you've made about the business. You guys, if your list of talking to people about the products and about hosting a party exceeds your list of the people that you've talked to about the business, then you've got it all backwards. You have to flip that. The list of people that you're talking to about the business should be double your list of people that you've just asked to host for you. I don't know how that makes you feel, but it made me feel super guilty because I know that I've done it in the past. And trust me, you guys, you know, as you start to grow a team, and it's just like being a mom. You want to save everyone the heartache of the things that you have had to go through and experience on your own. And so I'm just telling you guys, I've been there and it wasn't fun. And so if you can just get your ask on, but get your ask on about the business and just utilize those tools and those videos, your business is going to take off. I mean, think about that. If you have 4 parties and 3 people getting started in their business, you're going to have a killer month, right? That's going to be an amazing month. So start shifting your mindset there. Instead of focusing, just keeping your focus on 8 group presentations, change your focus to, okay, I need 8 demos, but I also need to be starting people in the business. And instead of having your sights set on regional vice president, which is where you get the prestigious white Mercedes, have your sights set on nation. Guys, every single one of you can be a national vice president. And when you stand up in front of a room of people, you should be convicted of that and say, I know where it is that I'm going. I'm going to the top. And if you guys want to come with me, I can show you how to make some money. You don't even have to be super cocky about it. Oh, I will be a national vice president making $20,000 a month. You can just say, I know where it is that I'm going. I'm going to the top of this company. And if you guys need some extra money, I would be glad to show you how to do that. That's super humble. You guys, that's so humble. But when you show people that you believe that you know how it is to go nation, and if you know how to start a new business builder, if you know how to go district, then you can go nation. When you speak like that and you speak convicting like that, people are like, dang, she knows what she's talking about. How many of you guys, and just by nodding your heads, felt that way when you heard me speak at a party? You thought, she knows where she's going, and that's where I want to go. But if I would have stood up there and I would have said, yeah, I mean, you know, I really don't know how I got to area. I mean, I have no idea. And I would love to be a regional vice president one day. Or, I mean, yeah, gosh, like national vice president would be amazing, but whoever really gets there. Would you guys have been like, oh yeah, let me follow her. She knows what she's doing. You guys would have been like, does this girl know what she's talking about right now? Like, I thought she was the Arbonne consultant, right? Think about that. When you walk into a room full of people, they don't know how long you've been in this business. They don't know if what you're saying is right or wrong, but make sure that when you talk about this business opportunity that you believe with every fiber inside of you that this changes lives, because it does, you guys. I am here to tell you, you can watch success story after success story after success story. It absolutely changes lives, but the first step in changing lives is believing that you have the power to change someone else's life. And that's just where I hope that my story comes in and you guys all look at me and laugh and say, if Whitney Phelps, which is my maiden name, from Muhlenberg County, Kentucky, can start a business and go all the way to regional vice president, then so can I. Because you guys, it's not about the people that you know right now, but it's about the people that you haven't met yet. And if you don't ask the people that you know, you're never going to meet the people that God has ordained for you to meet. You're never going to meet them. Because you have to ask the ones that you know first in order to get through the people that are going to be in your nation, not my nation, your nation. I want you guys to think about that. You got to get through those people first. So she says in this call that I'm going to send all of you guys, banish the words district manager qualification, 2,500 completely from your vocabulary. And don't let your fear be the bar. And that's where I'm going to end. You guys, don't let whatever freaks you out about Arbonne be somebody else's bar. So think about that. Okay, what if I would have sat down with you guys and I would have said, okay, Holly, like I'm totally freaked out to make phone calls, but listen, this is what everybody's going to tell you to do. You need to make 30 phone calls. And I mean, I really don't know if people are going to answer the phone or not, but that's how you're going to book your parties. I mean, I personally haven't done that before, but like, that's just what they're going to tell you. So make sure that if they ask you, like I told you to make phone calls, you would have been like, yeah, she does not know what she's doing. What if I would have let my fears set the bar for your business? How unfair is that? Right? How unfair is it for me to jip Holly or to jip Katie out of her success because I was afraid of something and I let that fear show through? So I don't care if you're afraid of making phone calls. I don't care if you're afraid of standing up in front of a room of people and talking. I don't care if you're afraid of sharing this business opportunity with people. I don't care if you're afraid of area qual. I don't care. Don't let your fear be somebody else's bar. When you sit down with someone and you're talking to them about the business one-on-one, be excited because people feed off your excitement. And I think that is something that I feel like I love doing, is I love being excited. And one day I was talking to Kelly, and Kelly kind of termed it, pardon my French, balls to the wall. I don't like to call myself balls to the wall, but I do like to say that I am excited. And you guys know why I'm excited. I'm excited because this business opportunity has changed my life, because the health and wellness has changed my mom's health, it's changed my grandmother's health, it's changed my other grandmother's health. Right? The RA9 has completely transformed my skin. I used to never walk out of my house without makeup. I have no makeup on right now. All of Arbonne has changed my life. So yeah, I'm super excited about it. I'm super energetic about it. I'm super passionate about it. And that shows. It shows to every single person that I talk to. So just remember that people feed off of your excitement, and that there's nothing to be afraid of when you start talking about this business. And you can literally be setting at zero and do $10,000 in sales by the end of the month just by thinking, okay, who do I know that would be awesome at this business? And you know what, you guys, let's say it's your best friend and you ask them to check out a video. I can promise you they are not going to defriend you for asking them to watch a 6-minute video or a 20-minute video. If anything, they may just say, okay, yeah, you can send it. Because one of my best friends, I sent her videos for 6 months and she was like, yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I'll watch it. And then she started my business a year later, and she got in qualification for district with, what did she do? Actually, no. I think she did district in 1 month. She did district in 1 month. So after me being in the business for 12 months, she came in, she finally said yes. She did $6,000 in sales 1 month and then $10,000 in sales the next month and did first step area. And I said, you know, like whenever I ask you to take a look at the business, I ask you if you would watch a little video. That's all you have to do. She's like, oh, Whitney, you know, I didn't watch that. You guys, it's okay. She was my best friend. I was sending her videos for 6 months and she never watched them. I can promise you they are not going to defriend you if you just ask them to watch a video. Just let the videos do the talking for you. You utilize the tools that we have. And when somebody has more questions, your next go-to is, okay, yeah, awesome. If you have some more questions, I would love, I hope that you guys all call me your friend because I call all of you guys my friend. And so my verbiage would be, okay, awesome. Yeah. Hey, I'm going to ask my friend Whitney if she's free to hop on. She's been doing this business a little bit longer than me, but she has just helped me out so much. And I think that you would love her. Like, that's it. You guys, they don't know that maybe you don't necessarily have all the words. You just genuinely, truly, excitingly want to help them meet a new friend, right? Like, who wouldn't say yes to that? So make sure that you're utilizing those things. And that's really all I have for you guys. The secret sauce in this business is, yes, doing your group presentations, but also talking to people about this business. And I really just wanted to take this 30 minutes and building up your belief and helping you guys to see how easy it is to talk to people about the business, because sometimes I just think we psych ourselves out. Hang on, I got one more thing. I know I keep saying I'm done. The last thing that I wanted to say is, think about this. And she says this in this call. If you're like, well, I'm going to wait until I'm an area manager before I really start thinking about nation. Or I'm going to wait until I'm a district manager before I really, even let my mind go there about regional vice president. Think about this. So this is what she says in that call. Who is waiting until your business starts to grow, or waiting until you can get some rock stars on your team before you allow your mind to go to nation? Consider this thought. What if everybody that you sponsored thought that same exact way? Think about that. What if everybody that you sponsored was waiting? What if everybody that you talked to about the business did that because that's what you did, right? What you do and what you say and what you teach duplicates. And I don't care if you're a team of 1 or if you're a team of 10, right? The way that you feel about this business and the bar that you set for yourself and those fears, like we were just talking about, that trickles down into everyone. So don't be that person that says, you know what? When that happens, then I'll think about it. When this happens, then I'll think about it. You guys, what you think about is what you bring about. So start thinking about area manager qualification. Start thinking about area manager right now, because that's what you're going to start bringing about. You guys, you're going to start changing lives left and right, and then you're going to call me and you're going to say, oh my gosh, Whitney, I don't even know how this happened. And I'll be like, well, you just ask people to watch the video. That's all it is. That was how my business popped at every single level of management. So now I'm truly done. You guys can unmute yourself if you have any questions. Please give me some feedback. Let me know if this was helpful. I really hope that you guys all just see that talking to people about the business is just as easy as talking about the products. The two things that you should be good at: talking about the products, talking about the business, talking about the products, talking about the business. And it's really just that simple. It's just sharing the business opportunity. Anybody have any questions for me?
I don't have a question. Sorry. I got to get out of my car real quick. So I just wanted to say thank you so much. And I'm excited to watch the video and information.